Okay, I would start by singing the Depeche Mode song, that old people are people thing, but YouTube would copyright claim me, and I don't actually know what LinkedIn would do, but who cares? The idea that management is a person or group of people is, I think, I would say rather ludicrous. I know it's common, and I know that it's very prevalent. Management is an activity. Management is something that is done. It is a practice, the practice of management, uh, management and business administration. It, when I think of identifying management as a person, I think about this old HBO show called Carnival, where this mysterious person, I don't know if it was actually ever shown on screen, this devious character called management. When I think about personifying that level of authority, that's kind of what I think about. There's a blob of evil, and it's just really, it's not accurate. It's not precise language. Managers. Managers have authority, and those managers in the structure that we have, which I'll toss aside my judgment about that, because this is the world that, that the world that runs the world. Managers, people in authority, have power that they use to oftentimes insist to enforce compliance. And in many cases, those with power use it very equitably and compassionately. And also, they are in the system. They are in the system. They're playing the game, right? So the first song is of today, People Are People, right? The Depeche Mode song. People are people. Managers are people. Workers are people. Customers are people. Suppliers are people. Owners are people. People are people. Why can't it be that you and I should get along so awfully when we're mandated to return to the office without context or reason? I love being with people. Many of you do. Some of you don't get some people that I know, people who I love and trust and really cherish, don't dig on being around people the same way we purple squirrels do, or my brand of purple squirrel does. I dig it. They don't. Others, brilliant people, just they want to do the deep work. Cal Newport talks about that to go deep, to really do thinking and absorb and process what is there. Me, I like to sparkle with it, and then I process. But hey, man, people are people, right? And managers are people. And what are managers, employees, managers, senior managers, top managers, anyone with power and authority? Managers. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. They're all playing a game. If you and I are employed, if we have signed the contract, we are, for lack of a better term, opting into the game. You know, that 4-part game structure Jay McGonigal talks about. Dan Mezek taught me about that. It came from Jay McGonigal. Clear goal, clear rules and roles, way of tracking progress, opt-in participation, right? If we think about that, the systems that are happening now, or the traditional managerial hierarchical system of corporate business. Okay. That's not a judgment. That's just a description. Managerial, corporate, hierarchical, profit-seeking business. Share price goes up, smiles happen. Okay. That game, the goal of that game is pretty clear. Grow, make money, make a profit, provide monetary value back to the shareholders. Yeah. Milton Friedman's concept. And again, there was a lot more nuance to Friedman, but that's what it's kind of the gig we're playing on now. So profit maximization, the rules and roles, power up and down. You comply, you do what's asked, you go hit the goal that is set for you by top, and the steering is set at the top. That's where you go. It's the way it is. The vision and strategy, all that stuff comes from the top down there. That's part of the rules. The rules, we have roles and the conditions of employment. Whether you're allowed to yell at the boss or make some kind of snide comment to whomever, or walk in with your a giant sign saying, down with content floss or whatever. So, and if you do these kinds of things, you are the laws that are in place, the rules, you're breaking the law, just as if you would break the law in society where the monopoly of forces with law enforcement, they enforce the law, they put you in jail, right? Corporate America, they enforce the law, they kick you out, right? The way of tracking progress. So we got the goal, we got the rules, way of tracking progress. More money, maybe. Money, status, power, what it is. That is that game. That the game of profit seeking, maximization, the game that has been with us. Maybe it's all since the beginning of time. Folks would argue with me about that, but oh well. We don't have to agree. That's the way of tracking progress. More money, more power. Quarterly goals. Do we hit the goal? Do we not hit the goal? Annual goal. Do we grow? Do we give the shareholders more money? Do we pay a dividend? In many companies, that's how progress is tracked. Many companies are different. Most of them are like this. The ones I'm talking about. And the fourth of a good game: goal, rules, progress tracking, and opt-in participation. You accept the offer to work according to a set of rules and to meet a certain goal, play a certain game. You're in. Okay. People opt into the game. Maybe they don't know the rules when they're opting in, but that's the opt-in that happens. So people are people. Foreigner, play the game. I won't sing it here for you. I don't remember the tune actually, but I know that's a Foreigner tune. The last one is where I come down and get the hope. Is if the fact that we are all people, all human beings, that if we choose to respect each other's human dignity, personal sovereignty, and acknowledge that human dignity is this core that we share, that we are all human beings, manager, executive, owner, supplier, customer, uninterested party, family, that respecting each other's dignity and sovereignty ought to be table stakes, and then when folks decide to mandate that you go someplace or do something just because they insist or for their reasons, well, yeah, you opted into the game, but they changed the rules. And not really a very dignified thing to do. Yeah, that whole mandate, imposition, insistence. Yeah. Respect dignity. Respect for people. Continuous improvement. Sounds familiar to those of you Toyota production system people, to the agile people, to the lean people, to the people. Respect for people. The last tune that was on my mind from this particular topic was Peace, Love, and Understanding. Good old Elvis Costello tune. Um, Probably my favorite one of his, just because it's always so evocative for me. And I had an opportunity to, the old tangent here, I had an opportunity to participate in the 3 days memorial for Harrison Owen, discoverer of open space technology. So it's a beautiful ceremony, Camden by the Sea, that we called it. It was by Suzanne Daigle, Barry Owen, and Harrison's son, and Lucas Chofee. I hope I'm not forgetting someone else, but now Suzanne, Barry, and Lucas were involved. So at the end of that, at our closing circle, I felt it was appropriate for me to play a few tunes, and one of those tunes was Peace, Love, and Understanding. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What's so funny about that? If we respect each other, respect our human dignity, beyond that, our mastery, our that we here together on this group, in this team, in this ensemble of organizational musicians, we respect each other's mastery and dignity, and work with each other, for each other, to move the ball forward, right? And this idea of this dance between chaos, conflict, confusion, and wholeness, health, and harmony, which is this definition of peace that Mr. Owen put out there that I totally love, is the dance. Peace is the dance between those 6 things: chaos, confusion, conflict, wholeness, health, and harmony. One moment it's this, one moment it's that. Shiva, creator, destroyer, all this stuff. It's a dance. It's all a dance. It's all music. And so this peace and love here, the English language is the worst, I think, to talk about love. But Harrison Owen, I'm gonna call Harrison Owen into the room whenever I can from here on out. If you know me, you know that love, in one of his definitions, is not only just radical acceptance, that I love you, I accept you, no matter what. And there's 2 sides of it. On the other side of that acceptance is, I love you. Now, what are you going to do with your life? I love you so much that I challenge you. Acceptance and challenge, love, peace, love, and understanding. How do 2 people or more reach understanding? It's hard enough. It's hard enough for 2 people to come to understanding about something, let alone 3, 4, 5, 10, 50, 100 million, billion, 8 billion to come to understanding. So let's start with 2. Let's start with 2 for now. And 2 of us come to understanding, then 2 more on the other side, 4 of us maybe. And I think, how many times do you have to do 2 squared? How many times you have to go exponential until you hit 8 billion? I don't know. I'm gonna do the math. I did at one point. It's not that many, if you think about it. If each one of us gave each other grace, an acknowledgement of peace, love, and understanding, respect for people, respect for human dignity, respect for one another, our mastery, love each other, and believe that, as Douglas McGregor said in that The Human Side of Enterprise, about this whole idea of how you view human nature, Do you view people as needing to be at the carrot and stick, right? Here, person, here, and if they don't comply, you whack them. That, or just to incentivize them, you know, that, or is your view of human nature that of, I would say, grace. I would say grace. People are intrinsically motivated, and sometimes not to the benefit of others, but they are. My friend Marcelo has chimed in here a little bit. I'll put him up on screen. Whoop. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Dignity. I'm going to put that one up. Oh, I'll leave it up there. How do you navigate the world? How are you showing grace to people? Does everyone deserve your grace? Are you treating them with dignity? Are they treating you with dignity? Those folks who have authority and are wielding it, are they wielding it in, I guess, Marcella says here is, and are they wielding it in a not very dignified fashion? What do you do about that? Some would say, well, hey, you signed the contract. You signed the contract. So too bad. Quit. Is that really the way forward, though? I don't think so. I think it's important to have better conversations about equal, equitable, dignified treatment in the workplace. That value is more than about shareholder or even stakeholder value. I think that value discussion is a very interesting one. And I hope that I know it's going to continue. But what do you think about that? Wherever, whenever, and however you are when you're watching this, I want to thank you for the precious gift of your time and attention. Give love, open more